Hello guys, welcome to Geek Society. I'm Nona Prince and I'm joined by Varun and Harneet. Say hi guys.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
And we are here just before, not just before, before the finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Here to discuss the show, what we have seen till now. Need to talk about some stuff about John Walker and other characters we have seen, and we'll be talking about our expectations for the finale and what the MCU is going with. So we'll discuss all that. So again, if you haven't, okay, we are live, right? Again,
I can.
did I?
Let's see. Oh yeah, I can see.
Yeah, we are live. Okay, great.
Yeah, live.
I was all scared because I did the same mistake previously. Yeah, so today we'll be discussing about the show, our expectations, and yes, if you haven't, if you're new to the channel, check out our Falcon and the Winter Soldier reactions to each episodes. All are available on the channel, so do check them out if you haven't. And if you enjoy the stream, do consider liking it, sharing it. If you haven't subscribed, do consider subscribing. So before we do anything, first I think Harneet was present with us for the first episode reaction. So Varun, no need to send thumbs up in the chat.
I sent thumbs up to Nerdistan.
All right, all right. You could have said that, but okay. First of all, let's start with Harneet because he was there for the first episode, and then only we and Varun are doing the reaction. So Harneet, mic is yours.
Yeah. Let me just start by saying that I have told you numerously times that the Winter Soldier movie was my favorite MCU movie and is my favorite MCU movie till date.
Yeah.
And this show, has been following its tone and going a bit darker than that. And I love it. I absolutely love it. The direction of the show, the story, and how deep each character has been brought out. Like the depth of the characters plus the depth of the MCU, the backbone of the MCU as well. The underbelly of the MCU, we can say.
Yeah.
Like these things we don't see in the movies. Like there is some harsh reality that everybody has to face when we are not fighting aliens and killer
Yeah.
robots or the big three,
Yeah.
as
The
Falcon
victory.
said. So, yeah, so whenever we are not fighting that, we need to realize that there are some things on the ground level as well. And that this show has been bringing out those aspects of the society, like countering racism and, the PTSD of the soldiers
Yeah.
and all those things. And I just love it when a big universe who has a lot of potential to do multiverse stories dives into such deeper stories on a ground level. I just love it.
Yeah.
And apart from that, it's been great, like bringing new characters like John Walker's character. We'll talk about it in the depth, but just bringing out some craziness in him throughout the shows, and we already expected where he was going, but just to see how that pans out, what triggers him and what leads to that conclusion that we are hoping for.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd not say dream come true, but it's like something we need. There's a line in The Dark Knight that this show is not what we want, but this show is what we need right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. I'm just loving it from each episode to episode. I'm not to brag about its storytelling, the aspect of storytelling and the direction that the director is doing, but still, it's one of the great pieces of direction in the whole MCU.
Yeah, definitely. Just going to the chat. Farhan, first of all, Farhan, thank you. You have been very supportive, watching all our videos, commenting on all our videos. So thank you for that. He says Johnny Walker became beer, his origin story. What?
Whiskey.
Oh, Johnny Walker. Oh, sorry. I missed that. Nerdistan podcast is here, Manoj. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm just here to throw some love and support. I hope my friends Varun, Harneet are doing well. Oh yeah, Nona's there too. Yes, I'm
Best
there too.
friends. Best
Sadly.
friend,
Family. He said we said family. Tell him we said family.
yeah.
Sure. All right. So I think Varun and I have discussed a lot. So we'll not go in again for that. So you can check out our reactions. So I think let's jump. Just I just want to say one thing. That a good piece of art makes you reevaluate the society you live in and start a discussion about it. And I think that's what the show has done.
Yeah, very
with
well said.
what
Well said.
happened with last week on the show and its outcome and reactions on Twitter. Like there were people saying for John Walker, thank you for your service, you have done all good and all of that. And then there was this other side who are like just bashing John Walker and not understanding from where he's coming from. And I just want to clear myself, we are not saying of course he did what he did was wrong, but we are here understanding that character and not just bashing him for what he did. We are not sympathizing or supporting his actions but understanding his actions, and that's a very different thing. So I think
that is what the show is also trying to convey. It's not just black and white.
yeah,
In one scene you will see John Walker killing someone, and in the next scene you will see the mindset behind it. Like, he has been doing this, he has been killing people for the army for like 10 years now,
yeah.
and the army has been giving him medals
we'll
for
we'll,
it.
we'll get into that. We'll get into that. First, let's talk about
And it's not just, yeah, it's about gray area. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. It's all about the gray area, what you want to perceive. It's the show is about that.
I think all Captain America stories, have showed that, except the first one maybe. But I think even
Yeah.
Winter Soldier was all
Yeah.
about that. Civil
Yeah.
War was like fully all about the gray area.
Yeah.
So I think the show has lived up to the this predecessors. That's good. So first, let's talk about Falcon, Sam Wilson. Again, in the first episode, loved about that banking issue, financial problems, the boat. Then we see the racism going on, that angle, racial profiling, what happened
Yeah.
with Isaiah Bradley. I think the whole, his side of stories, I think I really liked it. I know a lot of people are complaining about that boat scene. They feel it's, slowing down the show and all. But I think that adds to his, story. We watch these shows, to understand their story, their life, what we have, and like unlike what we have seen in movies, like just them in action. And the show is about that. Remember, Harneet, we were talking about that, right? The side quest. It's not
Yeah,
about
yeah.
alien invasion or anything like that. It's about the ground story, and I think he really does that. Yeah, Varun?
When you're too passionate about something, like, whenever I'm watching this show, at the end of the show I go into a great introspection kind of a thing, like,
Yeah.
what did this represent to the American audience? Because it might not click with me. We don't deal with the PTSD of soldiers in India a lot, because we don't send our troops overseas, and there is no long term away from family. It is but it's all inside our own country, right?
Yeah.
So there are some aspects will be missing, but still I try to read some comments, and I try to understand from a audience perspective from the US, like what they feel about the show, what this represents to them.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole new level of detail, like a whole new level of mentality about the show, which we are missing. And
Yeah.
I think that's great about the show as well.
Yeah.
I
Varun?
think again, I'm bringing back the side quest point. I think one thing that will happen, like, just in the whole MCU going forward, is that, like, right now, if you ask me my top 5 MCU characters or something, I will mention Wanda, Vision, and Falcon, and Bucky, and I guess, yeah, one more. But, like, because I've seen these characters so much, like, over all these episodes, in some ways they have been developed, like, all those last 10 years, like, the amount of screen time that they got, which was very less, that, like, this has compensated for that, and they are now again, like, at the same level as, say, Tony Stark or Steve Rogers, who have gotten, like, a lot of development over all these their own franchises, as well as the big movies, and yeah, like, I think that is, like, a great job that these shows are doing, that they are giving us so much more about each of these characters. And yes, like, as you said, for Falcon, I really like how his story is going.
Yeah.
I think, I think we both were also talking about how we sort of disagree with some of the things that the show is doing, but I guess, like, again, it is that is what they had planned right from the beginning. We both knew it was coming. It was just it is still, I think, I feel like, yeah, like it is sort of justified the way they are doing it, but yeah, like we'll talk more about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Also,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I was saying. Also, the honey, check your WhatsApp. Also, the whole. I think we also made a video, right, talking about why Falcon should not take up the mantle. Like, I don't want him to like, oh, I'm the now the Black Captain America. I don't want that. And I think we have talked a lot about this, and I think I would like to hear what Harneet has to say. But again, that dialogue with Isaiah, they'll never let a black man be Captain America, and even if they do, no self-respecting black man will ever take that up. And I think that's my thoughts, like exact thoughts about that.
I think, yeah. I think, but then in the same episode, like after sometime after that, when he and Bucky are talking, so there we actually like there they sort of reveal what he thought about that, and he was telling Bucky, but he was like also it applies to him also that how long are you going to live in Steve's shadow? You like we have to both of them have to become their own men, or they have to make their own identity for themselves. And for Bucky, that is I guess apologizing and making amends with people that he has in his book.
Yeah.
And for him it is accepting he's not Black Captain America, he's just Captain America, like he's the next Captain America or something like that. And I still feel like we will get some more explanation because I'll talk about it later in like when we are talking about the expectations. But yeah, I think I want to see like his another interaction between him and Isaiah Bradley, like once he has become Captain America or something, maybe reaction of Isaiah Bradley, or just like one more conversation between them.
Yeah, I think in the end of the episode, like he says, right, Sam says to her sister, right, like there have been issues, we face troubles, but we had to fight, and now if we just leave the fight, then what's the point of fighting for so long? But I think he has made up his mind now. But now let's see, what he becomes, he stays the Falcon, or he what Captain Falcon?
Falcon.
Yeah, right. So
No, I don't think there's anything like that. He's either Falcon or Winter.
all right.
Captain.
Zaim in the chat says, do you think Carly is more shown to be a good guy than John Walker, even though both these characters have good intentions? Their methods are bad.
I'll say something about it when we discuss about those characters. I have something with me about this.
Yeah,
Let's
same.
just wait on that.
Same. Zaim, if you can stick around for, we'll talk about each character one by one. So if you can stick around. Yeah, Harneet, want to know your thoughts?
That there's a lot of things going on with Falcon in this show. Not just about racism, but how it reciprocates and how one perceives the whole nation or a whole race. Like in the history, white people have tormented all other races, mainly the black community, and it's not just about how they are being treated, it's also about how the black community now feels about the whole white race. Like Isaiah Bradley says, like they don't want a black Captain America, and no self-respecting black man would want that shield.
Yeah.
Like it also shows a reflection of that racism, what it can lead to. And there is a dialogue with Falcon when he says, like, don't do that cynical old man thing with me,
Yeah.
And it shows like we see that he has suffered a lot, like 30 years in a prison, and then pretending to be dead to just get out of that thing. And then he'll always hate white people. He'll always hate white people, and he'll expect all other black people to hate white people as well.
Yeah.
And they're not showing him as a good person altogether. They're saying that yes, he has suffered a lot and he has his rights to be angry about it, but there is something different about Sam, and he is not like that. He is not a cynical old man, because Sam also knows all about the slavery and the racism and all those things, but he doesn't hate the whole white people race kind of thing. He doesn't have that mentality. As Varun said, he's not a black Captain America. He's just Captain America. He's on on his way to be just Captain America.
Yeah.
And the show has been pushing him along that way very smoothly. Like you see certain parallels between him and Steve Rogers along the way, along all the episodes.
Yeah.
Like there was a meme I was seeing about when Captain America was defending Wanda in Civil War, saying just she's just a kid.
Yeah.
And same line with Falcon when he was defending Carly, that she's just a kid. There are subtle parallels between those two characters going on, and they have been ramping up those parallels as we go along the show. It's
Yeah.
not just the depth of the character, it's also what they want us to perceive the characters to be.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful if you think about it. Like when we saw the first episode, like we saw Bucky's headshots, like very close-up shots to his face and what they represent, and then a wide-angle shot of like Falcon, like he's flying all over and he's free. In his mind, he's free because he doesn't have anything to do, anything to think about. He has just given up the shield and he's not thinking about anything else. He doesn't know there will be a Captain America. He doesn't know there is a black Captain America. He doesn't know that there are some things wrong in this world.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. So he's flying all over and he's cool. And so there were people talking about the boat scenes, like these are unnecessary, and Falcons. What will you show then? How will you show him to be a normal family man in a country like America?
Yeah.
And the boat scenes are a parallel to his own mindset, what is going on in his life, about the legacy of the shield. And boat is a legacy of his own family. So he has, like, his sister has to own up to the legacy of his family, and he has to then own up to the legacy of the shield. Like, there is something, a lot of movies we have seen, like when you preach something, you have to follow it as well.
Yeah.
You can't preach to your sister like stick up to the legacy of the boat, and you can't do it with the shield because it was paused on you
Yeah.
by a brother figure or a father figure, as you want to call it.
Yeah.
And seeing struggling people come to senses or come to a point like where they realize that they represent not just themselves but a whole nation. It's a very old trick in the director's hand. They'll show people struggling. Not every hero is as perfect as Captain America, as Zemo put it. Like when they were talking about the super soldier, everything wrong about the world is with super soldiers.
Yeah.
And then he said, Steve was not like that. He said there was only one. Like even Zemo recognizes that Captain America was on a totally different level when compared to all other people and super soldiers as well. You can't compare Captain America to anyone. There has never been and there never will be. He said that. So seeing Sam struggling with that identity crisis at this point of time, and then slowly recognizing, yes, this is my legacy and this is what I have to do. It's been very, emotional and heart-wrenching as well. There are some points where you will see just his face and you will get to know what he's thinking at that point of time, because you have been following him for 4 episodes, 40 minutes per episode, and that leads to something. So yeah, Sam Wilson's story arc is like one of my favorite story arc after Thor and Thor, Iron Man and Captain America, the big three.
I also think that when the trailer came out and there were talks they would go in that direction, I never imagined they would go like this. I only thought, they may just refer it as something and it will be a superhero kind of a show. But I think in the first episode, they just, with one action scene in the beginning, that's it. And the whole, I think they just blew me away. I was so shocked that, this is what we are in for. And I always, I've been talking to Varun for so long since the snap happened that I want snap stories. I want what happened in the 5 years. And now, if you're not getting the 5 years, at least you're getting the aftermath of it. We touched upon it in Far From Home, but it was, it was a Spider-Man funny, quirky story. But, to get the details, the people are suffering, the whole flag smashers and whatever has, come out of this is so amazing. And, how, like, you don't get this opportunity always to have a world where something like this happened and you can explore that world. You have this opportunity, and I'm so happy that Marvel is exploring that. instead of oh, that happened, let's move on. It's not like that.
And
I'm
I think
so happy.
like yeah, they were actually exploring even more. They had to cut down, which was
Yeah.
like
Yeah, Varun has previously mentioned in some video, I remember, like Marvel was, has been criticized for not showing the what's wrong with the world. They have been only showing all the explosions and superheroes and androids and alien stuff. They have never shown the reality of the world. Though it's a fictional world, but there might be something wrong with it on a ground level as well. And
Yeah.
now when they are showing with this intensity, like you said, I never thought like Marvel will go with this intensity against racism and PTSD of soldiers and all those things. I
Yeah.
never expected them to go on this too hard, and they have, they hit a home run with this. I would say, like, you can't. They have bluntly said that cops stop black people just because of their color, and they showed it in that third episode.
Yeah.
Bluntly, they didn't do a subtle joke or something.
Yeah.
It was a blunt representation of the current scenario in the United States.
Yeah, and it was
And
very, very clear also. Like they
yeah,
actually came for Bucky. They had a thought like Bucky's around, so they have to come and catch him. But no, they stopped. They racial profiled him and stopped him. And
yeah,
I've seen so many reactions to that scene, and I don't think anyone would not understand that. It was on their face. There's
yeah,
no way anyone would be like, oh, I didn't understand what is happening here.
yeah.
Farhan says, for me, the boat scene made me like Sam's family, especially his sister and the boys, and that Carlos. Carlos is the guy who, I think, the first episode asked, when will you give me the wings? I also want to try it.
Yeah.
oh
That was really, really good.
Apart from all that we have been discussing, this is something I love about Marvel, is like you don't need to go into introspection about what this scene represents or something. Whenever I watch a movie, I watch it not as a critic or not as a fan of the comic book movies. I watch it as a normal person, and what will it show me?
Yeah.
Will it tell me something I know, or will it invigorate me or tell me to think about myself or think about the world as a whole? Not just what the director wanted to represent or what his vision was, but also like the story should be simple but intensifying or gratifying as well. Because if you can't think, there is a code, like if you can't explain it easily, you didn't understood it well, so
Yeah.
they have the capacity to tell a story very, very intensely, plus very simple, in a simple way that everybody will get it. It's not like you have to go and think about it a lot and then come up with, without any commentary from the director, you have to come up like, the director might be thinking this, he might be thinking that, but you don't know. And this is something that this is why Marvel has a huge fan base, because there is something for everybody. There is something for everybody on another level. Like, I don't think we always talk about side quest, these shows as being side quest, but a person who watches Avengers Endgame and then watches Avengers 5 when Sam Wilson comes out as Captain America in that movie will never realize how he got that shield or how he got that
Yeah.
suit, or what path he had to go through, and why is he so now wise, how has he such wisdom. So they'll probably not get it, but we will. So that is something that all of us will always get from
But-
Marvel.
But I think I think there was a report that the show is number one in the world right now. So I think with the COVID, with everyone home, at least 50 to 60% or general audience, who are not nerds like us are watching.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree that.
yeah,
I agree
so
with that.
I don't think there'll be like there'll be definitely people who have not seen the show and go watch movies just that. They don't have time, or you don't are not that invested. But I think that population is very less.
Yeah, and there will be people who will go to Avengers 5 as their first movie.
Yeah,
And we should not
definitely.
expect them to be on the track with us.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what Marvel is good at.
Yeah.
Tanmay is
At
triggered. I don't know
any
why.
point, yeah, they can bring in.
Are Varun,
new
your
audience.
video is I don't know, stuck or
What
something.
is it?
If you can
Oh,
turn it off and on.
okay,
तन्मय
try
यार
that.
यार डीसी 3 बार की यार बात डीसी की मैन ऑफ स्टील बीवीएस स्नाइडर कट लेट्स टुडे टॉक अबाउट
कोई
मार्वल
कोई
इट्स
न्यू
ऑल
मूवी
राइट
आएगी तब करेंगे ना?
या
Yes, sure.
ही इज एंग्री वी डिडंट रिएक्ट टू आर्मी ऑफ द डेड but sorry we'll
अच्छा.
definitely review it, don't worry.
Yeah.
And let's see a new DC movie, DC content. We'll definitely check that out. Okay, coming back. Also, there are a lot of people pointing this out that Isaiah Bradley's story is very similar to what Captain Steve Rogers did in first Avengers. He broke out, went against the rules, brought the people back. And I think
That is the point, actually. Yeah,
See,
that is the point, actually.
thematically it makes sense. Yeah, they did both the
Yeah.
same thing, but technically it's very different. Steve did it during the World War, where there already less soldiers. They want more soldiers, and he brought back like
He
100
did
or
it for
something of.
Bucky. So the main point for him going to the rescue of those soldiers was because
When
Bucky
he
was
hears
with them.
that Bucky is there, like
Yeah.
he
No,
just
Yeah.
thinking
my
like something
my
like-
point is,
yeah.
see, my point is, even if the general was upset from Steve Rogers, he couldn't have taken an action at that point. First of all, World War. Second of all, he brought more than 100 people back. They would all revolt if you take any action on Steve Rogers. Whereas in Isaiah's case, he brought two super soldiers back, and it was a different time period where it was not World War, it was some other war. It was a lot of America's interest, and they were pulling the strings, that kind of a thing. We know that Cold War and what tactics US did during that time, like how much we know about
So
that
many
history.
wars, Vietnam War.
Yeah, so we know like
It
that.
was actually see the point the show tried to make was as blunt as they could, was that he was black, that's why he didn't get that special treatment as
I
Steve
agree.
Rogers.
I totally agree.
You know?
Yes.
And in the Korean War, and also they wanted to destroy all the evidence that they have been trying to create more super soldiers.
Yeah.
There were 2 points, like they wanted to destroy those people. They didn't want any evidence to be found out that they have been experimenting on black people illegally without their permission.
Yeah. So that's my point, right? They need to hide that. So
Yeah.
technically the situations cannot be compared, but thematically they you can compare them. Yes, he was you can say he was white, no action was taken, and he became the hero. Whereas if he was black, he was put in prison. Thematically it
think
works.
even if you,
Plus, Steve
like,
Rogers' story is
remove
totally
the-
different. Like they wanted him to be the hero. They
Yeah.
actually put him in front of the audience, and he had a stage. He had
Yeah.
a whole nation behind him already. He was a symbol
think,
before he became Captain America. So
That is- yeah,
that
that
is a
is what,
different point.
Yeah.
like that is one point that I will bring into like in the the criticism that what is his name, John Walker was like John Walker Captain America, while Steve is like he just introduces himself as Steve.
Yeah.
I think because like so even Steve Rogers was like he was chosen to be Captain America. Captain America is supposed to be like he's created by the American government, or
Yeah, he's a symbol
with their-
basically.
yeah, he's a symbol created by them for their own patriotism and propaganda.
Propaganda.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was created during World War II when like they even gave him super soldier serum, and then also they were not using him for fighting. They were just using him to go out in the stage and just entertain people and be an icon. And it was Steve himself who decides that no, I have to go and fight, and he like chooses that path himself. And
Yeah.
I think that is where like I think like they I think
There
like,
is a
the
point
main
in the
thing that they
first
were showing is the
movie.
humbleness that
Yeah. So if you
That
remember the
he was humble.
first Captain America movie, when he's on the stage and after doing his presentation on the stage, he comes back and he's drawing himself as a monkey. So
Yeah.
when he's being called Captain America and put on a stage, he thinks himself as a monkey in a circus who is dancing.
Yeah.
He does not embrace the name Captain America until he has done something with that name. That yes, he is a superhero, he's doing something. When he is on a stage, he's thinking about like, yeah, Captain America is just a stage name for a monkey who can dance on the by the rules of people who have put him on a stage.
Yeah.
But looking at John Walker, he embraces the name Captain America. Like he likes the attention and he wants to be the face of the country and all that. And that reflects like he doesn't want the name. He just wants to serve his country. From the start of the movie, when he's just a skinny little kid, he just wants to serve his country. He said to Bucky in that fair when Dr. Erskine saw him, like, people are dying on the front lines, and I don't deserve to do any less than them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So looking back at John Walker, he just wants the name. If he's given a chance, he'll just retire and sit in a cabin and do nothing if he's given the name Captain America. He's like that.
Who?
John Walker. He just likes the name, basically.
Nah,
I'm Captain
I
America. He
disagree.
wants to be Captain America.
I disagree.
I think that is he won't sit. He wants the name, but he also wants to prove himself that like I have that name and I have that name because I can do this like that. So I think like now we are already discussing about John Walker, so we can just I guess
let's continue with John Walker. We'll come to Bucky later. I have many thoughts. I have many thoughts. First of all, I just want to say like if Marvel can literally use the Twitter reactions literally in their show, that what people think about an incident. Like some people are praising him, some people are against him. And thank you. I got water, guys. And so okay, just to break down what happened. The Flag Smashers are terrorists, right? They are literally terrorists in everyone's image. We know their backstory, right? Every terrorist thinks they are revolutionaries. Take any I'll not take any names, but any organization in the world. They for them, they are the heroes and they are fighting for the freedom. So same thing applies here. Same thing, soldiers think they are wrong and they are we have to take them down. Lemar is killed. It doesn't matter who killed it. Do you think Osama bin Laden, he said he was just part of the team that did 9/11. Would you let Osama bin Laden go? No, right? No. So this is just hypocrisy of people.
It was more like whoever came first, like 3-4 people were running and he started running behind them, and whoever was like the most near to him, he attacked him first. He did not even see who it was.
Yeah. So that was I'm not justifying his actions. I'm just saying he is a trained soldier who will take down the enemy anyways. And in this case, his men was down because of the enemy. Do you think he will consider which one killed him? Or will he take down all of them, whoever comes? So he did as Harneet said, right?
But how he took down, that was...
Let me give you a parallel to this. Like, he has just taken the super soldier serum, and he sees the man close to him who has been giving him advice and who is an anchor to him, just being killed by one person who is associated with a terrorist group, right? Same thing happened with Steve Rogers. Just after he was given the soldier serum, the man who put him to the program and who was giving him all those inspiration, Dr. Erskine, was killed by a man associated with the terrorist group Hydra, right? Did Steve Rogers go after him with an intent to kill him?
I'm not even comparing with Captain. I'm not saying he was right to do that, but I'm calling out the hypocrisy of people to say what he did was so wrong, how can he do that, to the same thing their country does throughout these years and they support it.
That is what this Captain America was to people, a symbol, to those people.
Okay, sorry guys, we are back. Let me know if everything is all right. Whoever is in the chat, Tanmay, Okay, I think we should be back. And if we are back, Harneet, continue. You were saying. Okay, my point is, okay, it's good light went. My point is not that he's, Captain America didn't do that. He's not Captain America. Of course, he's not Steve Rogers. My point is that if he had done the same thing in under closed doors, being Captain America and killing terrorists, he would be rewarded. What he was rewarded for the past.
That is what he also said.
Yeah, that's what he also said. He did the same thing. And even, okay, if he cannot kill a person, and then Falcon can also not kill people. In the first episode, he killed all of those people.
Yeah.
I'll double down on my point.
Wait, let me finish my point. even if Carly killed people who were innocent, they had only joined 2 weeks back and they were killed. They had families. Even people who joined, who Falcon killed, had families. Even they had some hardship that they had to do this work. They were not doing out of their will. Go watch a artsy movie about people who go into terrorism and what they suffer, and then we'll relate to them also. So if Falcon killing people is is okay, then why not this okay? That's my point. We cannot be hypocrites.
Yeah, I'm not. See, first let me put two things at front. I'm not comparing him with Steve Rogers, right? I am telling. Let's just say, see, I am totally okay with it. The terrorist being killed behind the doors and when public is not seen. Because, see, why did they actually give him the shield? Why did they make him Captain America? Why did they give him the title? What was the reason behind it? Because people needed a symbol to get behind. A symbol of peace, hope. That was the Captain America title means. I'm not talking about Steve Rogers as a person here. He is a total different person on every level. I'm just talking about the symbol Captain America, what it represents. Like, if Falcon is killing terrorists, it's okay. Even if John Walker kills some terrorists, it's totally okay with me. Like, we know he has been killing terrorists for his whole life, for his whole career, and he will do it continuously and will be rewarded for it. I'm not disagreeing to that. It's okay. And we as a general public like to sympathize with soldiers killing terrorists, and it's okay. Terrorists being killed, it's not a bad thing. They should be killed. Otherwise they'll kill people. That's the parallel. What I'm trying to say is, a symbol, a person at that point of time when he's killing that terrorist, he's not Captain America. He's not John Walker. He's Captain America. He might have his vendetta because his friend was killed. People don't know that. People who were recording, the people all over the world who see that video clip don't know that his friend was killed. They just know a person, a symbol, Captain America as a symbol with his shield, just kill a person who had no weapons, who was not trying to kill Captain America, who was just lying there pleading for his life, and he didn't show mercy and he killed him. Soldiers, when they have someone pinned down, they don't kill them mercilessly. They take them in.
Not in Afghanistan.
With the authorities. See, Afghanistan, war is a different thing. People are trying to kill each other, Terrorists are trying to kill soldiers and they are acting and trying to kill the terrorists in return. If you look at the scene, that person, I'll also talk about the irony. I was talking to Varun. That person was the same person who looked up to that shield and Captain America as a symbol for his whole life, and watching him die with that shield. He was, see, basically what I'm trying to say is simple as that. He was a terrorist, okay. He was pinned down. He was pleading for his life. He didn't have to be killed at that point of time.
Yeah, that's why at that point John Walker is wrong.
He could have just shot him.
See, let alone. Yeah, see, there was personal revenge in that moment.
See, that's why I'm saying that is wrong. I'm saying that is wrong. But I'm against being judgmental about that guy. There were thousands of people there recording that.
See, the only reason he was being judged and he was being tried by the military court is because he's Captain America.
Yeah.
If his colleagues, see, he also has a team. The people who have guns and who follow him, the police, wherever he goes, if they kill a person, they would not be tried because they killed a terrorist. He
Yeah,
was
I
being
think
tried and sentenced because he was given a responsibility. See, in the first episode itself, he's in the second episode when we were we saw the locker room scene. He told that I want to live up to the expectations of Captain America. There are certain expectations when it comes to the title of Captain America, that you will not kill people mercilessly when they are pleading for their life. It's as simple as that.
yeah, I totally agree with that. I'm that's what I'm saying, that what he did was wrong.
Yeah.
I understand that point. But why he did that, I want to talk about. Okay, my
See, on a
God,
personal level, I
why
agree.
did I do
When
this? Okay.
what happened?
Like I had literally put images on, to show when we are talking about that character, and I am not even using it. Now I'm using it. Okay.
See, on a personal level.
Who's
अरे
watching
मैं
still?
हूँ मैं हूँ
Oh, it's it you. All right. Okay. Is the stream live? We are back. Can you tell me, Varun? Guys, if we are
I'm
back,
watching.
if this happens again, the stream is over. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. And I don't know if you can see me, it happened already again.
We can see you.
Okay, where were we? On John Walker.
Harneet.
Yeah. So I'll just wind up so like we can move ahead and Nona can disagree with my thing. So I said that on a personal level, as a human being, I understand that what he was going through, what his mind was going through, and his best friend being brutally killed at that point of time. He wanted revenge and he got it. And he didn't know that people were watching, and he didn't understand the gravity of the situation until it was too late. Like if he knew that, like, I am in a Captain America costume and people are watching, he might have done differently,
No,
But
see,
as
that's the point, right?
Just-
That's the whole point. He's not that, and he did that. But my
Okay.
point is that what he did goes with what he has learned. He's a good soldier, not
Yeah.
a good man. And you only
See,
said, right? You only
I'm
said
not
that.
saying good man or good thing. I am just why I am explaining all this is because you said that people were judging him and it should not win. Yes, people were judging him. See why in the show as well, people are polarized about this point. Like we both are on different poles on this opinion, right? And in the show as well, they said that people are polarized, very polarized at this point of time in the show about the blip, about the GRC and all those
Yeah,
things.
he said, right? War Machine.
Yeah,
He has
not
a
War
dialogue.
Machine. In the later episodes as well, they talk about it that people are too polarized. Some people are followers of Flag Smashers and some are totally against them, and some people